Hi everyone, welcome to my channel's Data Avengers. Here I make videos related to data engineering and data architecture. So today's scenario is related to the e-commerce project. So I'll be working on one e-commerce project hands-on. First, the data I have taken it from one of Ankit Bansal's YouTube video. So let's see how is the data looks like. So this data contains order ID, customer ID, order date, and order amount. So requirement is that for each order date, how many new customers are getting joined and how many existing customers are making the orders. So the result should looks like this, that for each date total how many repeating customers are ordering and total how many new customers are ordering. So if you see that the data is not in ordered state, means it's not sorted. So if you see the second record 1/1/2022, here all the repeating customer is zero because there is no customer before 1/1/2022. So same way, like when it goes to 2nd of January, there are few repeating customers. Total six repeating customers are there, and two new customers joined in. So I'll be implementing it into two different ways. First is SQL way. So I'll be writing a SQL. Second way is the implementing the same SQL logic into the Databricks Pyspark code. So I'll pull a notepad first and see that how my data looks like. So first, let me tell you what is the idea I'll be implementing here. Okay, so I wanted to know that for each customer ID, what is the minimum date? Okay, so that first if I get the minimum date here in a new column, then I can compare with this order date whether the order date is greater than the minimum order date or not. So for example, if I'm checking it with 2nd Jan, okay, and the minimum order for this particular customer is 1st Jan, so obviously this is a repeating customer, okay. So first thing is I'll be writing select customer ID, then mean order date, we can make alias here, min order date from customer table. Okay, so I'm getting a customer ID and minimum order date for each customers. I'll be keeping it in a with CTE with customer mean date as and closing it in bracket. Okay, so my first statement is created. Here I am bringing the customer ID and mean order date. Second part is where I am implementing all the logic. Okay, I'll be joining the customer table, customers table with the with this CTE and okay. So my new table something looks like this. new CTE which I have created looks like this. Okay, we can take one example from here, 102. Okay, second occurrence of 102 is 1222. Okay, so idea is to join this particular table with this CTE and check the order date is greater than minimum order date or not. If I found any matches, if I found any order date is there, minimum order date is greater than minimum order date, then I'm assigning a value like one value, and at the end I will be doing a sum up of that those total number of ones. That gives me total number of repeated customer and the new customer. Okay, so I'll be creating one more CTE here. Customer type count. Here I will be selecting customer ID, order date. Then I'll be writing a logic for finding out the repeated count, repeat customer count and new customer count. So to get that, I need to join the above this CTE with the customer table. Okay, so let's first join that from customer alias C, inner join customer minimum date. This is the CT. I can alias it as CMD on C dot customer ID is equal to C dot customer ID. Okay, this is my query. I have selected it from customer table, doing inner join with customer min date based on customer ID of two tables. Okay, now I need to write the case statement to check whether the order date is greater than cmd dot min order date. If the condition get fulfilled, I'm passing 1, else 0, and as repeat customer. I'll be writing one more case statement. Same way, customer order date. here it is equal. When the order date and minimum order date is matching, that time I'm passing at as 1. You can write it as new customer. Okay, so my this city is also get completed. Okay, now I joined the table and the CTE. I got the repeating customer and new customer overall in the counts. Now I need to summarize it. Okay, I only need order date and sum of repeat count, repeat customer as, let's say, total number of repeat cust, comma, sum of new customer as total number of new customer. Fine. From customer type count, this is the CT. And okay, summing it up based on what? We need to sum it up based on the order date. We have total 4 order dates in my input. Okay, so it will be like total 4 order dates. The output should looks like this: 4 order dates and the sum of repeat customer, sum of new customer. Group by order date. That's it. This is the SQL which will give us this result set for each order date. How many total number of repeat customer? How many total number of new customer? Okay. Okay, coming to the second part of this particular video, it is I will be using the same source, same input file, but uh, this one we have implemented using SQL. Now we are going to implement through a Pyspark code, and finally we will see that how we can execute it through the Databricks. So first thing is that we need to create a account in Databricks, the free edition. Just you need to log in into Google, means just you need to go to the Google and search by community Databricks. The first option, you need to register first, and registration it requires your username, last name, first name, and your email ID. Those basic details you can give, and you can able to log into the Databricks. So once you log in, you're able to see the screen something like this, that you have two different menus. First this left sidebar contains menus like new, workspace, recent, search, catalog, workflows, compute. So new is from where we create new notebooks, okay, new table, new cluster, experiment, everything. Okay. Then The workspace. The workspace is where you are going to create your notebook files. You're creating the main projects. Okay. So here are some sample projects I have worked recently. Those are present here. Recent is something that you have recently visited the files. Those are coming under your recent. A search is you wanted to search if any particular file. If you have a lot of files, you can search here. It will give the result here. And catalog contains the tables, the database tables. Databricks provide database tables as well, also the file system. So all your database tables will be once you create, it will be shown here under this table section, and the file system, DBFS file system. If this particular option is not visible to you, then what you can do is you can go to settings here. Under settings, there is an advanced option. Under advanced, you need to go to DBFS file browser and just click on here. It will enable your DBFS option in the catalog. Then you able to see this kind of folders, and this files will not be visible to you once you're able to upload the files. You be able to see the files present here. Okay, so coming to the cluster part. Okay, so Databricks require you to create the cluster in order to run any SQL queries, in order to run any Pyspark code. You need to create a cluster here. So in my case, I have two existing clusters. Okay, every time when you log into the community version, you need to create a cluster in order to attach your notebook or your query to run it. So here the basic details are given, that what runtime version you wanted to run. So it is 12.2 LTS and community optimized. So for now, means in the community version, you can run with the default configuration only. Now let's jump into the implementation of what we have discussed and what we have implemented using SQL. The same is going we are going to implement through the Databricks code, Databricks PySpark code. Okay, I have already uploaded the file. For you to, in order to upload the file, you need to go to the catalog, DBFS, upload. You can click here. It will pop up your local file structure. From here, you can upload the file. So I'll be using this customer.csv file here. We can start writing the code. Let's change the notebook name here. Databricks hands-on. I have named it. Okay. What is the first step we will do here? First step is we need to read the file customers.d customers.csv. We need to read the file. Okay, customers underscore df spark dot read dot. What is the format of my file? It's CSV. This backslash we used to go to the next line. So the Spark compiler will know that the code is not finished yet. There is a code left in the next line as well. Okay. Now my format is given. What next? We need to give the header values. In order to give header values, I need to specify header equal to true. Same way, I'm giving a backslash to come to the next line. Dot option. What else? I also want the schema of my file to be applied in my data frame. So I'll be writing infer schema is equal to true. At the end, I'll be giving the file path. To give the file path, you just need to go to the catalog, dbfs, right click on top of the file, copy path, copy the Spark API format. Once you copy it, close, paste it. Okay. Now we will run and check whether the file is getting loaded into the this data frame or not. Okay. At first, I need to create a new cluster and attach with my code. Okay, so let's run this. Okay, so my data frame is created from the file customer.csv. Next step is, in order to use the SQL functions like minimum, sum, group by, all this, we need to import the SQL functions libraries. To import that, I need to write from Pyspark dot SQL dot functions import star. So I'm just keeping star so that everything will get covered. Okay. Next step. Next step, I'm going to implement this one. Sorry. Yeah, this particular part, right? Customers df dot group by customer ID ag aggregation here, and inside that minimum order date. Sorry, order date. Now we can just rename it to min order date. Let's run this. Okay. Similarly, I also wanted to rename the customer ID because next step we are going to join two data frames. Their customer ID may get ambiguity issue. Customering that skill to main and just keeping a different name of this particular data frame. Dot with column renamed customer ID and we can just give a short form as cust ID. Cust mean date dot display. Okay, my main order date rename is completed. Next step is I wanted to join the this particular data frame with my file, uh, the data frame which where I have loaded the file. Okay, I'm giving it a name as customer type count, min date, the first data frame, customers df, min date. I need to join based on what cust ID. That's the reason I have actually did the renaming alias. Okay, now I need to give what type of join it would be. So I'll be implementing inner join. Okay, my join is completed. Next step, what? I need to write a case statement to get repeat customer number and new customer number. I'll be using the same df name. Okay, we can write direct select expression. So select expression we use to write the SQL like expressions. Order date is greater than min order date. Then what? We are passing 1. Else 0. Okay. Okay, I cannot take it in. Okay, now same way, I'll copy this one. In this case, it will be equal. Then 1 L0 and as new customer, right? Okay, okay. I have executed, it is created. Now the last step is customer type count dot group by. I need to summarize, right? I need to summarize the count and sum. Order date, need to do the sum. Repeat cust, comma, new cust. We are done. Now we can just add display. Okay, let's run all and see. Okay, so it has been created. Okay, now we are getting for each order date, we are getting the sum of repeat customer and the sum of new customer. That's all for this video today. And we have what we have learned is we first we have taken the input data and write a SQL query out of it. We have uh, split the functionality into 3 different parts. First one is we are doing a group by and getting the minimum order date, and then using that minimum order date, we are joining with the actual table, and then we are using case statement. We are getting the summation of each new customer and the repeating customer. And finally, we are doing based on the group by order date and doing a sum of repeat customer and new customer. Okay. Thank you all. Thanks for seeing the video.